Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Democratic Congressman Al Green from...
Okay, so real quick before she goes through all that, I just want you guys to see that.
Remove this gentleman from
the chamber. Dude, don't act tough. I cannot stand when people pretend to be tough. Like, believe me. This is what they will do if somebody's being, like disruptive or whatever. They are going to remove them from, the area or whatever like that. That's not anything new. But round it on up, man. Bye, boy. You would not do that to your donors or whoever else. You would not do it. Stop it. Y'all get on my nerves. I'm not here for fake people. All right, let's go.
Democratic Congressman Al Green from the state of Texas was removed from the House chamber last night as Donald Trump was presenting his joint address to Congress. Now, in the very beginning of President Trump's speech, there was a lot of commotion in the crowd, in the audience, and I suspected that it would be Democratic lawmakers who were taking issue with some of what Donald Trump was saying, and that certainly was the case, especially when it came to Representative Al Green. Now, what seemed to set him off was President Trump's declaration that he and the Republican Party essentially have a mandate after sweeping the swing states. And, mandate is a strong word. I think it's true to some extent that voters supported Trump over Kamala Harris on certain issues. For instance, Donald Trump's immigration policies, as much as members of our audience might absolutely despise it, the American people seem to be messaging that they find Donald Trump's immigration policies to be more favorable. But no voters, or very few voters, supported Trump to essentially dismantle our social safety net.
Well, okay. So, you can't fence it because he does have a mandate, okay? Like, I don't know why everybody's acting like this word all of a sudden is this big deal. Like, oh, you're saying he has a mandate. This is a problem. Like, no, it's not a problem. He does have a mandate, and I don't think that he's doing it necessarily to the fullest extent that he can or the right way, but he does have a mandate. This is what you were, like, what y'all thought, that they only, voted for immigration? No, they didn't. They voted for everything. Like, stop fence sitting. Because guess what? It doesn't matter. You're still losing viewers anyway. There's stuff that's leaking out about, TYT and everything. And I'm going to have more episodes about that. But they are fleecing viewers because you're doing this both sides thing, okay? Like, and it's not working. It's not.
But that is what appears to be the case with what the Trump administration is doing in dismantling the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which, of course, protects Americans from big banks ripping them off. The DOJ team is also working to dismantle the Social Security Administration. They have already put out notices to fire 7,000 workers. We covered that earlier this week. I would venture to say that voters did not cast their ballots hoping that the Trump administration would do these things. And so Congressman Al Green wanted to make that point. Here's more of what he had to say in the crowd. I know it's hard to hear or see, but just follow the red arrow.
Well, if that's why he was so hyped up, I'm not watching it again. I'm sorry. All right, we'll watch a little bit of it. By the way, guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. I just think that was a waste of time because the people did vote him in. He does have a mandate, guys. Let's not get all in the weeds about this here, okay? People want a certain thing done. That's just it. And a lot of people are going to find that some things aren't going to get done the way they thought it was. And I'm not here for that. I'm not happy about that at all. But again, like, so you mean that's what that was about? Like, because he could have waited and did this about, like, if Trump would have brought up, like, sending money to Israel or, like, bombs and stuff. And this is why all of this stuff is fake to me. Like, I'm going to take a stand. Stand against what? What? He had a mandate? You could have waited for the right opportunity if you really wanted to make a point.
and you'll know what we're talking about.
I want to be clear, guys. I am not a leftist at all. And when the crowd does scream USA, there's still something about it that absolutely does get to my heart. It really does. Like, because I was a little girl. Y'all are probably like, what is this gonna turn into? But like, no, seriously, like when I was a little girl, like I used to be right there, like USA. You know, when I was a little, we used to scream USA in school about certain things, about the Olympics, and you know, they taught us a lot of this patriotism, and it went away. So when I hear it again, I'm like, oh, because I've been to Trump rallies, right? So it's like it's a feeling. There is an aura. There is an aura. I won't deny it. I yield. No. All right. Let me go ahead.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525 on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Small business.
Get him out of here. I'm sorry. That right there was 2016 Trump. I would have been the same with you, like, and 75 counties. Get him out of here. I don't care.
Optimism saw its single largest 1-month gain ever recorded.
Mr. President.
A 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
I'm going to tell you right now, a black man was not going to sit down. Like, this whole thing is, like, hilarious to me. Like, straight up, like, politics is like comedy. Like, it is hilarious. Black man was not going to sit down like, oh, you know, XYZ, this is what's going, you know. Hey, decorum. That old black man was like, I'm gonna stand here, even because if I did stand up, and then like y'all, it wouldn't even matter. Or worse yet, if it was a black woman who would tell me decorum, I'd be like, oh, no.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant at Arms to restore order to the joint session.
So again, I know it's difficult to hear what Congressman Green was saying there, but you can kind of hear him say there is no mandate. And again, what he's specifically referring to are programs.
Okay, you already explained it. So anyway, you know, let's get a little bit more of these clips here of the guy.
Healthcare has become wealth care for many people, and we can't afford to let that happen.
What?
I like mandate. Is that what you told him?
That's what he has no mandate to cut Medicaid. None.
Is the only punishment that you were kicked out, sir? Is there something?
I don't know. Whatever the punishment is, I'm not fighting the punishment. This is about the people who are being punished by virtue of losing their health care. This is the richest country in the world, and we have people who don't have good health care. We've got to do better. And now we're about to cut.
Yeah, but that didn't happen under Trump, guys. Come on. You could have, like, I mean, you know, look, okay, you felt the moment you said you weren't sitting down, and then you got a little attention, you got carried away, and it's okay. I'm not even mad at you, right? Look, hey, you did what you wanted to do. Just say that.
Medicaid, which is for poor people. Health care has become wealth care for many people, and we can't afford to let that happen.
Well, Anna goes on to, like, really lash out about Democrats, so we'll watch a little bit of her doing that.
Republicans think we're stupid and we're unable to put two and two together. But when you go to the specific committee and you demand that they cut $880 billion, where do you think that money is going to come from? So what Congressman Green is drawing attention to is an important issue. There was substance to what he had to say. Now, look, do I think that his protest during this speech is going to make all the difference? I don't. We don't live in a world like that, okay? You actually need to have a strategy and plan to fight back, and you need to be persistent. But this is a symbolic show of what Democrats like Congressman Green stand for. And that's what I've been begging the Democratic Party to engage in. What do you stand for? What do you represent? What do you want to do for the American people? Because all we've seen from Democrats in recent election cycles is this obsession with their own power, their own political careers. I mean,
yeah, and so she goes on. I mean, it's the same stuff that she does complain about with the Dems. Some of it is true. I'm not going to say that some of it isn't true, but you know what? I think that she does have it right when it comes to the Dems, right? I do. I just, again, think that she fenced it so much. She doesn't understand the right. I don't know, but they are losing viewers. I do have another episode coming out about TYT because it's the hypocrisy, too, of like, you know, you always talk about their donors, but you don't go too far. Like, why are we having consumer protection agencies being ripped away? Well, is it because you got Elon Musk who works with the PayPal mafia, Peter Thiel, all that? Peter Thiel will not come out of Cenk and Anna's mouth. And he is an intricate part of what's going on these days. Just because you don't see him with Trump all the time, do not think that he didn't pay for having his way done to in government. Okay, he also gave hundreds of millions of dollars to Donald Trump. It is not Trump that I'm against. I'm against the people around him. Okay, she can't say that, but we say it over here in the Inconvenient Truth channel. I see you guys at the next one. Bye.